What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 57 of Beers in the Lot. This week, we spent a little time talking about and watching the FDNY NYPD Heroes game up in New York City. We talked about the NHL potentially heading to the Olympics this year and what Team USA and Team Canada might look like. And that led to a little discussion about Sean Avery and how he fit into how the modern NHL has changed over the last 10 or 12 years. I don't know. All right, let's open these beers.
So I'm intrigued at what Aaron has tonight now that he has some new beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that he's expanding his palate.
What you got? What you got, Air?
I have, actually from Susquehanna Brewing Company again. Orange is the new ale. Ale brewed with blood orange juice. It's not an IPA. It's just blood orange ale. But it's really good. I like this. I thought it was going to be like hoppy and all that. This is smooth. This is good. What do you got, Daniel?
I'm drinking a by Oscar Blues Brewery Cano Bliss IPA.
Oh, yeah.
It's a banger.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah, one of my favorites.
What do you got tonight, John?
I have from Rogue Brewing Company a Bat Squatch, which is a hazy IPA. So higher on the citrus and tropical notes. I dig it. What about you, Riggs?
So from Lawson's Finest Liquids, I have Little Sip IPA. So basically it's the toned down version of their Sip of Sunshine, which is an excellent IPA. If you ever get a chance to pick it up.
It's good beer.
So yeah, Lawson's makes great stuff. Great stuff.
Nice. You know what? I just realized what this beer tastes like. I mean, clearly it has similar taste to Bloodline.
Yeah, Flying Dogs.
Yeah, it's the same stuff.
Yeah,
but without the IPA, of course. So
right, it's not all hopped up.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not hopped up like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I like it.
Yeah,
I'm drinking that stuff for years.
Bloodline Nitro.
Yeah,
Nitro's the way to go, though. I'll drink Bloodline Nitro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Super
as they
smooth.
say, when in Rome.
When in Rome.
It's funny because JoJo's just posted on I think it was Facebook yesterday or today that, hey, we have Bloodline Nitro, like, come on down. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
That's like more of a winter time specialty, though.
Yeah, Christmas time, right?
That's a big Christmas.
Yeah. Do you guys ever get oranges in your stocking? Christmas time?
No.
I used to get fruit.
No.
Not like filled the stocking, but just fruit.
No.
Nah.
From Santa. He would just drop a few pieces of fruit in your...
Yeah. Get oranges, apples, big apples. I don't even know what types they are. Like way bigger than any normal apple.
Nah.
All right, fine.
Good idea.
Must be nice to be rich.
Aaron, I don't know what you're talking about. I got coal in every fucking stocking I've ever had. Jeez.
No, it was always like candy and like little toys and stuff. Like,
I mean, I got that stuff too.
Yeah.
Matchbox cars and little airplane toys and candy and crap like that. Like,
Yeah. Maybe your parents had an influence on Santa and they were like, hey, because I know dental hygiene and whatnot, and my boys probably pound soda and candy already. can you throw them a few pieces of fruit just so they're not rotting their teeth? Maybe that's what
Actually,
they did, Aaron.
that's what it was. It was my mom and my dad's stockings would be filled with fruit because whatever. All right, so we're gonna do like a quick 10 minutes or so talking about
Yeah, it's fine.
NYPD, FDNY,
Yeah.
which I haven't been watching.
It's
Well,
good,
so-
man.
It's good, man.
It's good.
Maximus
It's-
Naganoff just scored number 61.
Of course, I
No,
won't
it's
have it
good,
on.
man. Like the police have some guys that, I mean, they're like NHL size.
Oh, they're
Like,
Where can I watch?
huge.
Yeah,
They
they're
just
all
have
fucking huge.
huge dudes.
Yeah.
And like they're good. Like these teams, like we were watching the power play earlier. I think it was police power play, or no, it was firefighter. I don't remember, but I was like, man, this looks like a Div 1 power play. Like,
Where can I watch? Where are you guys watching?
ESPN
ESPN 2.
Yep.
I'm actually streaming it on the app, but it's ESPN 2.
Yeah, where are you guys at right now?
Firefighters just went up to.
Yep. Breakaway.
Yeah, sick goal.
Yeah.
Sick
That was
backhand.
nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the goal scorers, like, they have a lot of
They're
skill.
working.
They have a lot of
they're
skill,
working
man.
to score.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
working to score goals. The goalies aren't letting in these little
Oh no,
muffins or anything. They're
No.
playing well.
they're making the goalie move and finding the opening. It's good hockey. Like this should be like a league, and it should be on TV. Like there should be the major
Yeah.
fire departments and police departments from different cities should have their teams like play in a regional league and put it on TV. I'll watch it.
I'd watch
Oh,
this
yeah.
all day.
It's awesome.
Dude, they get after it, man.
Oh yeah.
They had a little scrap in the second, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then at the end of the first period, like they were all going off the ice and they were all in each other's faces and pushing each other around, and it's serious. I remember way back when I subbed for the Coast Guard team. They were in like a one of these military, police, first responders tournament deals locally. And a buddy that I played in college with went in the Coast Guard. So he was like a goalie for the Coast Guard team, and they needed skaters. So I subbed for them. And we played against the Maryland law team, which was like all different police officers from around the state. And that Maryland law team was good, and they were mean as fuck. Like they just, that game was wild. It was fun, but it was wild.
You and I did that one tournament a few years ago with a bunch of the special forces teams. Military.
I
We
played
subbed
for NCR, National Capital Region military group, and I don't know. Were you on that team too, or did you play for somebody else?
I played with the Army team.
Oh, right on.
Which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Because Eric and I knew guys on, that played in that tournament on a few different teams, and they were in desperate hurting for players, and we ended up playing. But that year, the year they did it, there was an FBI team and a CIA team.
Oh, yeah.
And they were not only amazing hockey players, because they played in like the upper division. There was an A division where it was like I want to say it was like Loudoun County Fire and Rescue, the CIA, FBI, and then there was another, I think it was like Air Force team or something. And those four teams not only hate each other, but the championship game was FBI and CIA. And those teams were not only really good, but they were practically fighting each other.
Yeah.
Doing everything you could in a beer league tournament, like within the legal limits to not get kicked out. It was crazy.
It was wild.
Lots of shenanigans. But
it was wild.
Very similar to what we're seeing in the annual Hockey Heroes game. Lots of shenanigans now.
Well, obviously, those games are entertaining. I mean, they do them all the time, and
Yeah.
putting them on ESPN. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
those games are a blast to watch. So,
And the guys, like the one police dude played for Mercyhurst and played in the American League. Like, these are real legit hockey players. They're not just like, they went into NYPD and then they started playing, or they played as a kid or whatever. Like, they come from like some legit high level hockey.
Well, and especially too, like New York police and fire, they're very prestigious. So there are a lot of people, I'm sure, that get their degree in fire management or criminal justice and go to that area for careers. So I mean,
Right,
it does
right.
make sense that you would see some other. But New York, I mean, as a state, they have pretty darn good hockey too. So
Yeah.
that helps. Still pretty awesome to play in an MSG though.
So cool.
yeah, it's got to be cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
I remember years ago, I told you guys a story. I went to go see the Penguins. It was back when Gary Roberts was still on the team. I think it was 2008. And they got smoked by the Rangers. And to hear that Rangers goal song like 7 times in the game,
yeah,
it was horrible. Horrible. Oh, I'm like, enough, uncle. But I was more happy at the end of the game. Like, I was kind of pissed the Pens lost, but I even said, it was like, how many times do you get to like watch your team play an MSG? Like it's a world famous arena. You can't ignore it. Even if Ovechkin said it smells like elephant poop.
But he loves playing there too.
He does.
He's had some of his best games there. Like,
his career points there, it's insanely high.
Yeah, I mean, he ate Lundqvist's lunch for years. Like,
yeah.
It's funny how certain players do that. It's like some goalies just have nothing for certain players. Like they're all around just shutting everybody down, but then one guy comes to town and they just get lit up.
Yeah.
You should kind of feel bad for Lundqvist. He had to play against Crosby and Ovechkin. Was it 6 to 8 times a year?
Right.
Yeah.
Those playoffs.
Brutal.
Caps played him in the playoffs a billion times.
Yeah, like every other year for
5
years or something. Like,
but for the longest time, like Caps would go up 3-1 againt the Rangers.
It always goes to Game 7.
It always goes to Game 7.
Always.
It always goes to Game 7.
Always.
So yeah, because Ovechkin, he had a few like highlight zingers against that Rangers team.
Always.
If I remember, he had the one, he fell at the blue line, then kind of stumbled his way to the goal, fell down back in.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Lundqvist. Poor Lundqvist.
He did that one where he bounced it off the boards with the spinorama around the defender.
Oh, that was sick.
Wasn't that on Lundqvist?
No, that was Montreal.
Oh, okay.
Because that was at
home.
Yeah, that was at home.
Yeah.
It was at home.
I had the colors right, just not the right team.
Not the right native speaking language either.
Right, like
Bleu, blanc, et rouge.
Yeah. Tabarnak, Aaron.
Oh, gonna have to cut that. Although I don't think we have many French-speaking people that listen. So
yeah, I don't think we have Francais. I think we're all right.
I think it's all right.
We're gonna get a million like things on the Discord now. Hey, you jerks! Even though like one of us, me in particular, just drops F-bombs. That's the one that sets the people on fire. Weird. Even in this game, as I'm watching it and talking to you guys, if you're a goalie, please stay in your net.
Just stay in the net,
another
dude.
PSA. This is another PSA from your concerned forwards anonymous. Like, please just stay in the net. I was kind of thinking about, because it was announced NHL's going to the Olympics, which is awesome. There is a little bit of language that like kind of leaves me. I'm not 100% excited, because they said something to the effect of, and I don't remember the exact verbiage, but it was something along the lines of, when the Olympic break occurs, if we cannot get the full amount of games in due to rescheduling, we would have to reconsider. So,
Well, it was that,
yeah,
and the league and the union both want outs for
yep,
COVID stuff. So
yep,
if either of them feel like the players shouldn't go, then they can nix the whole thing. Like,
yeah.
so I think it's still
Which is to be-
very well,
Oh,
right.
absolutely, yeah.
And also
Absolutely.
like there's no insurance agreement for the players over there. So like for their time and if they get sick, if they get hurt or any of that stuff. Now, obviously they're compensated, but there's no insurance agreement between like the IHF and the NHL. So like
Yeah.
who knows, man? Like it's great to finally hear something, but I think it's still very like wishy-washy if they're going to go or not. I think there's still a lot that could go wrong between now and the end of the year that could prevent players from going.
Well, especially the last Olympics in Sochi, Tavares got hurt.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah, but
the
that
Islanders were
was all covered though. Like
that was covered, but that was like almost a last minute deal where the insurance was finally taken care of.
Oh yeah. That's the only reason why they went.
Yeah.
Because the owners wanted coverage on that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And now
Obviously.
like with COVID and everything still going on, and like Japan's a mess with that. Or not Japan, but China's a mess with that still. And like they want, they need some protection for their assets. I mean, I hate to say it, but like those guys are.
It's really what it is.
They're assets in that business. So,
Yep. Well, I brought up Team Canada just because if you look at their forward lineup, they will almost be taking all centers. Like their entire team is almost all centers, and they all figured out that span of 2.5
centers could play
weeks.
anywhere though.
That's true.
They
centers
can
could play
technically,
wing.
yes.
You're like, hey, instead of covering the whole fucking zone down there, just stand at the top.
Just do this side. Right. Just do this side.
Okay.
Well, especially imagine that though.
Sure.
Like if you're having, let's say, so like Nathan McKinnon's a wing, so whatever, but McDavid and Crosby are both centers. So let's just say hypothetically the three of those.
Could you imagine those three on the power play?
First of all, they're going to be on the same team.
Yeah. Oh, which is frightening.
Let alone like the same line or power play unit or whatever. They're going to be on the same team.
I know.
Like, just give them the gold medal. Like, I don't know.
Hey, come on! Like,
I'm sorry. Like,
as a betting man,
he's a realist.
I appreciate that because, like, I fully agree.
You want to bet on it?
No. Have you ever seen? Do you ever watch Boardwalk Empire? You ever watch that show on HBO?
Yeah.
Do you remember Arnold Rothstein?
Yeah.
Remember how he makes the saying about gambling? He goes, "I never bet on anything I'm uncertain of the outcome."
Right.
Like, yeah. So, in my hopes, I want USA to walk away with gold. I truly 100% do. But as a betting man, like the smart money is not on Team USA to walk away with gold.
No, you don't bet on that tournament at all because Canada is going to win.
I don't know, but you also look too like some of the flukes a few years ago, like years and years ago. I forget what Olympics. Tommy Salo led in that Hail Mary shot from halfway down, and Sweden was out. Like it was just a fluke goal with like a minute and a half left. And with Canada's roster, like how do you like their only real weakness I see is maybe goaltending. Maybe goaltending.
When
Who's the goalies, you think? Carey?
Oh yeah.
Carey Price and who?
Yeah.
Who's the backup?
They may take Flower and I don't even know who would be a third for them at the moment.
So that's their weakness?
Yeah. But you think about it.
Yeah.
So if you're Russia, you're Vasky, which is great. But Russia on the international stage since 1980 has not done anything for a reason. We took them down.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
No, and they can't they can't defend.
yeah,
They can't defend.
Yeah,
So,
their best defensive defenseman / offensive defenseman was Gonchar, and he's long retired. And even he was suspect playing D. So I am in no way worried.
Remember the Cup Finals when the guy was coming down to the left side? He was just
controller disconnected.
Yeah.
Canada conceivably could have Marner in the bottom six. In the bottom six.
He could conceivably be healthy scratched.
I know. That's how good they are.
Mm-hmm. Can we pause a second? What the fuck are you drinking, John? What the hell is that?
It's just some mountain water.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a 40. I was like, damn, all right.
Good lord.
Mountain water.
Continue.
Mountain water.
You're like, God damn.
It's storming.
Did you get that from up by my parents? There's a big pipe. There's a big pipe coming out of the mountain up there, and people like fill up their water jugs and shit.
Why do I have an odd feeling that's not a good thing?
It's a natural spring, dude. The rocks clean. The rocks clean it. All right.
We go up here, up in the watershed. They have the same thing, and we fill up big water bottles.
See,
there's one by my parents.
That's where we go.
It's out in the holler.
Yeah, we go up there, up the hill. Yeah,
up the hill.
I don't know what Rhodes is, but we just go up.
It's right by the bridge.
We drive there. Drive there and fill up our jugs.
I don't know. All those assholes are riding their mountain bikes up and down the road.
Down over there. Here, so really quick. So I'll just read Team Canada's projected forward lineup. Left wing, Brad Marchand, Jonathan Huberdeau, Ryan O'Reilly, Sean Couturier. Center, Crosby, McDavid, Mac is going to slot into center there. Braden Point. Braden Point's your fourth line.
Holy shit.
Line center.
Oh, it gets better. Your right wing, Patrice Bergeron, Mark Stone, Scheifele, Mitch Marner. Fourth line.
Mitchell
right
Marner's on the fourth line.
This is what's better. This is what's better.
You did say bottom six.
I did say bottom six.
This is what's better. This is who they're projecting as like the Reds, like healthy scratched. John Tavares.
Healthy scratch.
And guess who else is? You get one guess. Spectacular skater, plays for a boring team with a Stanley Cup winning coach.
An Islander.
Matthew Barzal.
Yeah.
That is correct. He is a healthy scratch.
Holy shit.
Well, who did that? Who did that one?
This was Mike Johnson from TSN.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I agree with. I think those.
Yeah.
And so looking at it, because they also did Team USA. And Team USA, when I looked at it, I was kind of in my head, I'm like, I fully agree with every single one of the Team USA ones.
Is Kessel on that roster?
No, he's not.
All right.
Oof.
Fine.
Why, are you shocked at that, or?
I'm not really shocked.
I mean, I think his age, they kind of, and I think they're going super young. So Team USA, we're very fortunate. We have a depth of goalie. We got Hellebuck, Gibson, and Jack Campbell. Yeah. I'm fine with those three. I have no problem. I think our D is actually very strong. McAvoy, Seth Jones, Adam Fox, Carlson, who's bottom six. He's like the eighth D. Quinn Hughes, Ryan McDonough, Zach Rowensky, Jacob Slavin. I dig that D. Solid meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Meat and potatoes.
I mean, we've been bagging on Carolina a lot, but Slavin is good.
Slavin's good. He's legit.
Absolutely.
He's good.
He's legit. So
he's the best on Carolina.
Yeah. He'll have more points than Kakayemi this year, guaranteed.
This is why I should have more than 4 beers before the fucking podcast.
That's fine. So I was looking at our top 2 projected lines. Top 2 projected. I like our top 2. Matthew Tkachuk, Poppy, and Kane.
Ooh,
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah.
The second line I actually think is a little better because I would say they're a little more like grindy, if that makes a sense. Kyle Connor, Jack Eichel, and Jake Gensel.
I don't mind that.
Eichel, though, I don't know about him even being on the team because he's still yet to have surgery.
Yeah, well, he
That's
does
the
need to
wild
heal
card
up,
with
right?
He
He might
doesn't
have a
have
neck
to
collar. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he doesn't have to get better
Oh,
until February.
Yeah. And then
Don't wear, like
Might just
Daniel
have a little
said,
extra protection. Yeah.
don't wear a neck collar. Oh
no,
my
it'd be
God.
like Joey Mullen walking around.
Thank you.
with
Thank you.
the
I was
neck
trying to think of
guard.
the name. I couldn't think of it.
Yeah. So then our third line would be Johnny Hockey, Dylan Larkin, Alex DeBrincat. Like the third line.
I like the third line, yeah.
I would change up the fourth line, but listen, Patches, who I like, I do think he should be on the team. JT Miller, I like that, and Blake Wheeler.
I don't mind that. Wheeler's
body.
great.
Good line.
Blake Wheeler could probably slide up the
Who
lineup.
would you swap out?
So I actually personally would put Wheeler at center, JT Miller on the bench, put Brock Besser in at wing.
Ooh,
personally,
yeah.
Oh, bro.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
me.
That team,
And then
Yeah.
that
Jack
team needs some
Hughes.
Brock Besser.
And then
Yeah.
Jack Hughes is also slated to be a healthy.
He
Well,
starter.
needs to-
what about Brock and JT playing together?
I like that because they're both have the Vancouver connection.
They already played together. Yeah.
What about the other
Exactly.
Kachuk? Why are we only getting one Kachuk?
Well, one's good and one's not as good.
Yeah. We don't talk about
well,
the other.
all right, fine.
I
We
mean,
talk about the other.
I'm just like, I like watching both of them, but one is good and one is not as good.
One's
So
more memey.
here's my only issue with that. They actually have Matthew and not Brady. If it was me, I'm taking Brady. I want Brady coming.
Hey, who's the asshole?
Well, they're
both
both kind of dicks. Yeah, I don't like, but
I feel like they'd be
Matthew-
good in
Who's the one with
combination.
the flames? Who's the one with the flames?
That's Matt. That's Matt.
He got traded, right?
No.
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 Oh, I like
No.
him. I like him.
Yeah, I like him
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
than Brady.
Yeah.
Brady's good,
Brady-
but I like
Brady
Matthew
has a
better.
little more like.
Where's
I would
Brady?
say Matthew. He's in Ottawa,
Ottawa.
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
like
I like the flames one.
I like Brady. Brady kind of strikes me as more like he's on the teeter totter of that Sean Avery type nonsense that he does.
Yeah.
Oh,
Matthews,
man. He's not like that.
I'm not saying he's licking people like Marchand and shit, or like standing in
He's
front
not
of
like
goalies.
that. No.
He's more.
Matt,
He's more like chirpy. Matt is more like in your face.
right. Matthew's
fighting
more
stuff.
like Avery and Marchand than Brady is.
Uh,
Brady just runs his mouth.
Brady
and
doesn't
then
fight though. That's what I'm saying. Brady doesn't fight.
Right, he
Sean
just
Avery
runs his
didn't
mouth.
fight. Sean
Yeah,
Avery didn't fight as
true.
much.
That's true. But he did all this other bullshit.
Sean Avery did do a lot of shit, and I appreciate
Yeah.
it all. Like I
He's just something to
low
talk
key-
about.
low key, I really like Sean Avery's career. Solid book of business by him. Yeah. I mean, hey man, he had a very awkward transition in his career because he started with the Red Wings at a time where like those guys like Chelios and all those guys were aging out. That kind of era quickly became this speedy, more aggressive offensive style hockey we see now, which is even crazy to think because like in 2005, 2006, and then I rewatched the 2009 Game 7 when Pittsburgh beat Detroit, and midway through the game, I actually like stopped and I'm like, this looks so slow. Like, what am I watching? Like, I had to think. I was like, this is craziness.
Yeah. Even in the last, like, what is that, 12 years now, the game has changed so much, even in just those 12 years. Because we used to think about, like, the 50s, 60s era, then the 70s, then the 80s, then the 90s. Like, it's changed so much, even in the last 12 years, even since, Crosby and Ovechkin and all these guys have been playing.
Absolutely.
The game has, while they've been in the league and they've been doing so well, the game has changed so much in the NHL. Some of that's rules. Some of it's just the natural evolution.
Kids are faster now.
It's just been accelerated, right? Because the skill now from the young players coming in is just so high. So everybody has to step up, right? Like, and like we're we're talking about like Brady Kachuk and Matt Kachuk, like they're prime examples of, the American system working, right? And
right.
It's amazing to watch, really. And you're right. Like if you go back and you watch games, even from 10 years ago, you're like, this sucks. Like these guys are terrible. Right? Compared to now, like it's
could be because it was on Versus, but
or Outdoor Life Network. Well, that does it for this week. Thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to head over to our website, beersinthelot.com. We have links to our Discord server where you can hang out and chat with us and other listeners. If you're so inclined, you can choose to support us on Patreon from the website. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can hit the contact us link on the website and you can send us an email. You can find our social information at Beers in the Lot, or you could even leave us a voicemail. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you all next week.